screen?
Yes.
Yes, everyone. Yep. So, so myself, Shrikant, I have 6.5 years of experience in system administration and cloud administration. So, in cloud, basically with Azure and AWS services. So, uh, in the period in cloud in training field, I have around 5+ years of experience in uh, SCCM and MCSC and CCNA and AWS and Azure. So I'm a, corporate and classroom online trainer. So that's it about my brief. And so today we are going to see about the basic what is the cloud and what is cloud computing and what is the benefits of the cloud and what is the types of clouds in especially deployment and service models in the cloud, and then we will see the cloud computing providers, what are the cloud computing provide, different types of cloud computing providers are there, so what are the cloud computing providers are there. So then we will see about the AWS. So what is exactly the AWS? So AWS is the one of the cloud computing provider, right? So what is exactly the AWS? So then we will see about the benefits of the AWS and what is the benefits for you and for your organization. So, but by doing the AWS certification course, so what is the benefits for you, for nothing but the for individual, and what is the benefits for an organization perspective, and then we will see what is the main type of core services that provides the AWS. So means what are the services providing AWS? We will see some glance. So today, so in this session, today's session, we will go and we'll see these types. Then we will start from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So exact course. So we will wait for some more time. So 2 3 minutes, then we will start the session. Okay, so we'll start the session then. So, so what is the cloud computing? Any having the idea about the cloud computing? So please hold. Okay, I will start the cloud. What is the cloud and what is the cloud computing and what is the benefits of them and what is the advantages and disadvantages of the cloud. So first, what is the cloud? So cloud is basically on-demand delivery of the IT resources. So IT resources in the sense whatever the applications and whatever the storage resources and physical maintaining data resources and everything comes under the IT resources. So cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources so that can be accessed using the internet. So I'm the cloud computing customer. So cloud computing provider will have the IT resources and I will reach them through the internet and I will access the IT resources through the internet. And we are paying, the customers are paying by using the whatever you use, means whatever I am going to use, so that part I will pay. So nothing but it is just like a pay as you go pricing model. Whatever the cloud computing service providers are uh, paying them pay as you go pricing model. Instead of buying and owning them and maintaining physical data centers, so yeah, data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing, power, storage, database, and whatever you need, the applications and those are provided by the cloud computing service providers. And who is using the cloud computing? So you can say everyone is using. So IT companies and software development companies and MNCs, educational companies and power plants and defense mainly and Air Force, everything, everyone using nowadays a cloud computing services. So organization of every type, size, medium size means in the medium size, small size, anyone and industry, different types of industries are using the cloud computing services. So whatever the types, so they are using, maybe they are using for the data backup purpose and disaster recovery purpose, or for email servicing purpose, or virtual desktop and softwares and web application purpose. They are using different companies for the different purposes they are using. And next we will see what is the advantages of the cloud computing. So what is the advantages, main benefits of the cloud computing are agility. So agility in the sense, so whatever the services, so gives the cloud computing, you can access broad range of applications, ranges of the resources, and broad range of the technologies. So nearly whatever you need, so that is available in the cloud. So you can innovate faster and reliable. So whatever the types of requirement you have, that can be available in different cloud servicing providers. So that is nothing but the agility. And next the elasticity. What is elasticity? So means whenever you require, for example, the customers require the resources, you need to scale up for some time, and sometimes you need to scale down those applications, and this can be available using the elasticity. Means in the peak season you can increase the scale of your resources, and in off peak hours and you can reduce that automatically, or you can manually you can do, and whatever you are paying, pay as you go. So whenever you increasing the scale, so scale increasing the scale of the resource, so then you are going to use those applications. You are going to pay for those applications, and whenever off peak hours are there, no need to pay so that much scale out amount. So then you can scale out those applications, scale down those applications. And next, cost saving. Obviously, whatever, so what is the difference between on-premises and cloud means? So cloud is maintaining whatever the resources are maintaining by the cloud servicing provider. And on-premises means whatever the infrastructure we are maintaining in our offices, office building. So further, we need our maintenance, and so one is capable of maintaining those things and ACs and everything. Okay, so that is very difficult to maintain those type of things. So in the cloud, everything maintained by them, and we are just accessing the resources through the internet. That's it. So that is a big advantage of the cost saving, and deploy globally in minutes. So what is a deploy globally in minutes means? So the cloud computing service provider having geographical area. So whatever the type of the resource you need in a different geographical area, so then you can easily deploy in minutes. So for example, I'm in India, so I want to deploy a resource in US or Australia, anywhere. So I can deploy in minutes there. So that is having the advantage of the cloud computing. And next, what are the types of cloud computing in service model? So there are mainly three types of types of cloud computing service models. So that is, the first one is infrastructure as a service, and next one is the platform as a service, and software as a service. In each type of cloud computing service provider, different level of control and flexibility and manageability, so that you can select the right area, right service whenever the organization or individual needs. So first we will see what is the infrastructure as a service. So what is the infrastructure? It is also called as IaaS. It contains the basic building blocks of the cloud or IT resources. So it is just like it's similar to your on-premises thing, and you can directly it will directly provide access to the networking features and computing resources. So like dedicated servers or virtual servers and data storage specifications in the infrastructure as a service. This also gives the highest level of flexibility and controllability of your resources. So means whenever you are going to create infrastructure, for example, a virtual machine or dedicated server. Okay, so whenever you launch a server, nothing but in AWS we call it as a EC2, Elastic Cloud Computing, or storage. So those things whenever you create, and so you will be having the fresh type of operating system. For example, you need Windows Server 2012 or 16 or 19, or you need the Linux computer. So whenever you create a virtual machine, and the cloud computing service provider will provide a fresh type of operating system, and whatever you need, and you are the root user on there, and whatever the application you need and whatever the services you need and whatever the type of applications you want to configure, like a web server or any share server, file server, whatever you need, you are the superior there for that resource. And the it will provide a complete flexibility and controllability over your resource, that is infrastructure as a service. So it's the example are AWS EC2, Rackspace, and Google Cloud storage services. Those comes under the infrastructure as a service. The next one is the platform as a service. Okay, but PaaS. So it removes the need of you go under managing of the your resources and those things. It will remove. Sorry. So it will remove those things, and so basically it will remove the infrastructure. So infrastructure needs, whatever we have discussed in the previous infrastructure as a service, so that will remove and it will provide a platform to the user or organization to use the resources. So it simply says it will remove the hardware and operating system controllability, and it is allows you to focus on the deployment and management of your applications. So directly you can deploy the applications and you can manage the applications, and you don't need to think about the what type of operating system it is and what type of hardware we are using, and those things we don't need to think in platform as a service. And this help you more efficient, as you don't need to worry about the resource procurement and capacity planning and software maintenance or patch or anything, and you can directly deploy your application to any stage. And what are the examples for this? The examples are the Elastic Beam Stack, AWS Elastic Beam Stack, and Azure. Microsoft Azure is the best example for the. And next one is a software as a service. So makes so it will remove the infrastructure as a service needed and platform as a services needed. And you don't need to deploy any applications in software, and directly they will provide the software for you, and you can use directly. So that is a software as a service simply, and it will provide complete product and complete a software, and you can run and manage the service provider. So means everything managed by the service provider only, and you are just using those services, or you just using the software of a service. And in most cases, people referring SaaS are referring to the end user application. So this is the software as a service is the end user application. So, for example, you can see e-commerce, Google Apps, and web services, Zendesk, and email services. And SaaS offers you don't have to think about how the service is maintained or how the underlying infrastructure is maintained. You don't need to think about the infrastructure and platform or deployment or anything. And you just need to think about the how you have to use a particular software. So that is about the cloud computing services, different types of cloud computing service models. So you understand, right? So next, So what are the basic types of the cloud computing in the deployment model? So there is public cloud and a private cloud. So what is the difference between the public cloud and private cloud? So public means everyone can access. So the name itself having the public cloud means the cloud computing service everyone. So everyone can access the cloud, and the private cloud means so for the particular individuals or particular companies they can access the private cloud. So private cloud only maintained by the company and used by the same company. So you can see in the image private cloud, a company A is there and company A belongs to a company A private cloud. And this company A private cloud maintained and using by the company A only. Okay, so that is about the private cloud. And this private cloud, company A's private cloud, no one can use. Only the company A can use. And it is a single tenant base. Private cloud is a single tenant. Single tenant in the sense single company. Okay, so there is a private cloud. This is more cost effective, more cost. Next is the public cloud. What is a public cloud? Everyone can use and multiple tenants can be possible in the public cloud. So what is a company? Company A, company B, company individuals, everyone. So I can use the AWS cloud and you can use everyone can use the AWS cloud. That is the public cloud. Azure and everything is a public cloud. So multiple companies can use this cloud and multiple individuals can use this cloud. That is nothing but it is a multi-tenant based is the public cloud and single tenant based is the private cloud. So next, what are the basics service providers of the cloud? So next we will see the list of service providers. So who are providing the cloud. So there are many types of cloud service providers in the market. In the top 10, so these are the top 10 cloud service providers, and the topmost one is obviously as always AWS. So Amazon Web Services. The next one is the Microsoft Azure, and next one is the Google Cloud Platform GCP. Next IBM Cloud Services and Adobe Creative Cloud and Kamatera, VMware, MaxDS, Red Hat, and Salesforce. And these are the top 10 cloud service providers in the market right now. And the top one is Amazon Web Services and Microsoft Azure and GCP. These are the main three top three cloud service provider right now in the market. So next, so in this course we are going to see about the Amazon Web Services, right? So you guys understand very well about what is cloud and how the cloud. So what is the pricing model of the cloud and what are the types of cloud? What is the benefits of the cloud and cloud service different types of cloud servicing providers. So now we will go and see about the Amazon Web Services. So what is the Amazon Web Services? So Amazon Web Service is a subsidiary of Amazon. So that provides on-demand cloud service providers or IT resources to an individuals or companies or governments or on a pay-as-you-go model. And next, so what are the benefits for you, for your organization? What are the benefits of the cloud in the next slides we will see. So what is the benefits of the cloud? So for individual, earning AWS certification enables means so whatever the certification for you guys you do, so that will benefit and that will be having the weightage for you. So in doing the going forward, so means it will expertise that you can design, deploy, and operate highly available, cost cost effective, and secure applications of the AWS platform. So means so when you so if you have the done AWS certification or AWS course, you will be having the skill set of the design, deploy, and operate highly available, cost-effective, and secure applications on the AWS platform. And this will gain the recognition of the different companies, and you can proven your skills and proficiency in the AWS. And you can foster credibility with your employer and peers. You will be having the highest priority than others in the uh, comes to the AWS or any clouds. For the employers perspective, what is if they done the AWS, they will the it will identify and still pro, uh, having the initiative with the AWS, and it will increase the customer satisfaction. So whenever you see, so whatever the clients are giving the projects to the company, so first they will analyze the what type of company it is and what type of certification, what are the resources they have, so employees, and what are the uh, their ability to do the project successful done. So they will think about these all things and they will see what is the company certifications. Like they have the AWS resources and the AWS Gold partner or Azure Gold partner or Microsoft Gold partner. So they will take these all things and they will give the certification projects for the companies. So based on this, so they will analyze the company and they will give the projects to them so to do successful. So this is the benefits of the AWS for individuals and for employees. So next we will see the certification types. So who can do certification? Go for the solution architect. So that is the basic the first certification for anyone is a solution architect. So in the developer mode, so means whoever the developer having the experience in the terms of the developer in Java or anything. So they will go for the developer AWS developer certification. And next one is the sysops. Sysops is nothing but combination of the developer and solution architect. So solution architect, one who can do is who is having some sort of experience in type of IT, so means a system admin or cloud admin. So those kind of stuff can be done using the solution architect. And developer means obviously the software employee who develops the developer. So that is the developer. And sysop means DevOps. Simply we can say DevOps, so which is combined of the developer edition and solution architect. So Devender, unable to hear the voice. Is everyone audible?
Yes, Rika. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So next, what is the AWS services? So AWS services, the AWS cloud is providing wide range of the application services. So different business requirement or companies requirement in different type. So services they are providing some major types important AWS services that includes the storage sites services and database services and analytics services and computing services and networking services and enterprise application services, and these all comes to the pay-as-you-go pricing model. So important AWS services we will see. So first is a compute model, compute service. So what is a compute service? So whatever the services. So we have seen IaaS model, right? So infrastructure as a service. So this computing services comes under the infrastructure services family, and cloud computing compute services offered by the Amazon is EC2. EC2 is a elastic cloud computer. It is a simple virtual machine. It is a virtual machine in the cloud on which you have the OS level control, and you can you can run this cloud, or you can stop the EC2 instance, and you can terminate the EC2 instance, and you can install any type of applications here and you can configure. Means you will be having the OS level control on this EC2 instance. Next one is the light sale. So this is a cloud computing tool automatically deploys and manage the computer storage and networking capabilities of your requirement of your applications. So that is about the light sale means it will give controllability and it can automatically deploy storage, applications, virtual machines, and networking capabilities to your application. And next one is the Elastic Beanstalk. So Elastic Beanstalk is a tool and it is also automated deployment and provisioning of your resources like highly scalable websites. So means Elastic Beanstalk is responsible to automatically deployment, increase the capabilities of a website. And next one is the EKS, Elastic Container Service for Kubernetes. So it is also an automatic tool and this tool allows you to Kubernetes on a Amazon cloud environment without installation of the any services. And next one is the AWS Lambda. This AWS service allows you to run the functions in the cloud, different types of functions. And the tool is big cost saver for you as you pay for only whenever the service or whenever the function runs. So that is about the AWS Lambda service. Next one is the migration services. So in the migration services, nothing but this migration services use it to transfer data physically between your data center and cloud. Nothing but so this will allows the individual or the company organization which we can transfer, which we can migrate from on-premises to cloud. So means whatever the data I have in my organization on-premises server, and I'm going to transfer those data to AWS cloud. What are the cloud services for the migration services is DMS, database migration service. So what is a database migration service? It can be used to migrate on-site databases to AWS and it helps you to migrate from one type of database to another type of database. For example, in on-premises you have the MSSQL and you can migrate that one to into the cloud as a MySQL. So like that you can migrate so from on-premises to on cloud as well you can migrate from different versions to different versions. And next one is the SMS server migration service. So SMS service allows you to migrate on-site servers to AWS cloud servers easily and quickly. So means server migration service means on-site server, on-premises servers migration from cloud servers. Next one is the Snowball. Snowball is a small application which allows you to transfer the terabytes of TB of data inside and outside of the AWS cloud. So that is able to means so it's a simple applications you can transfer the TB of data from the on-premises to cloud or cloud to cloud or cloud to on-premises. So next, storage services. So storage services examples are Amazon Glacier. So it is an extremely low cost storage service means whatever the data you are going to store here extremely low cost and it offers secure and fast storage and for it is used for achieving the data for backup. So Amazon Glacier is used for the achieving the data to a backup and it is a low cost storage service provided by the Amazon. Next, imagine Elastic Beanstalk Block Store, EBS, Elastic Block Store. So it provide block level storage of to use the with the instances like EC2 and virtual machines and Elastic Block Store volumes are network attached and remain independent from the life of an instance. So means so whatever for example if you have created EC2 instance and that volume like a C drive, D drive volumes will be there and that volumes can be created using the Elastic Block Store. And whenever you terminate that EC2 instance and that volumes remain stored in the elastic block store. So means by using those volumes, you can fire up, you can create another EC2 instance. So that is the advantage of the elastic block store. And next, elastic storage gateway. This service is a connecting on-premises software applications with a cloud-based storage. So means whatever the on-premises applications are there, and those applications storage data can be stored in this AWS storage gateway. Using the AWS storage gateway, you can store the on-premises applications data in the cloud, right? So it also integrates between the company's on-premises and AWS infrastructure. So infrastructure in the sense complete servers and storage services, networking services, everything. So next, security services. These are about the storage services, Glacier, EVS, and storage gateway. Next, we will see about the security services. The security services, first we will see IAM, Identity and Access Management. So what is identity and access management means? IAM. So in any cloud, you will be having the IAM, and this will provide a cloud security service which help you for a individual or organization to manage the users and assign the policies, and you can create the custom policies, and you can create the custom users, and you can assign the different types of security permissions to them, and you can create a multiple type of groups, and you can assign the different permission to them, and different types of policies you can assign using policies as well. You can integrate the different AWS services to the different users, or you can assign integrate the different services. For example, you will be having the EC2 instance, and this EC2 instance need to access directly a S3 cloud, S3 storage. Using the IAM, you can do that. So without providing any access details, nothing but the password or any security keys, you can directly integrate them using the IAM. And you can create the users, groups, and you can assign the different policies, just like we are AD, right? Active Directory. So like that, this IAM will help you, identity and access management. You can achieve those. You can create a policy as a password policy like that. Next one is the inspector. It is an agent. The inspector is an agent that you can install on a virtual machine, and which reports any security vulnerabilities on that operating system on that machine. So inspector is the AWS inspector is the security agent which you can install on a virtual machine, and you can, yeah, and that can be report your security vulnerabilities. And next is the certificate manager. And this service offers free SSL certificate for your domains that are managed by the Route 53. So what is the Route 53? We will see in the next stage. And certificate manager will provide the free SSL single sign-on certificates for your domains whichever maintained by the Route 53. Next one is a WAF, Web Application Firewall. Yeah. So even having the security side exposure, so they can understand web application. What is a web application firewall? It is not a physical firewall, and this will provide a security service offered by the application level protection. So nothing but the web application level protection, and allows you to block SQL injection and helps you to block the cross-site scripting attacks from the attackers from the internet. The web application firewall. So you can enable this for your web application, and this will block the SQL injections and website cross scripting attacks. Next is a cloud directory. So what is the cloud directory? This service allows you to create a flexible cloud native directories for your managing hierarchies of data along multiple dimensions. So it is the directory you can create flexible. This create flexible cloud native directories For managing hierarchies in the directory in the sense, you can see it is a simple a folder in your operating system. Just like in cloud directory as well, you can create different types of cloud directories for managing and simplifying your cloud. So next, KMS, Key Management Service. So this will manage service. This security service help you to create and control encryption keys. So means these encryption keys you can provide to your developers or anyone, and using those encryption keys they can access the services. And you can by using the encryption keys you can encrypt your data, and you can decrypt your data. Next, organization, and you can create the multiple type of organization in your AWS cloud, and you can this will use for the service to manage security and automation settings. So for you, this is organization. Next is the shield. Shield is the managed DDoS, nothing but the distributed denial of service protection service. So shield an antivirus like that, and it will block the distributed denial of service protection, and also it offers safeguard against your web applications running on your AWS. So whatever the applications running in your AWS, it will provide a safeguard to the web applications. Next is AWS database services. So in the database services, we will see Amazon ODS. So ODS in the sense relational databases. So this AWS service is easy to set up and operate and scale a relational database in cloud. Means you can price or decreases database size, or you can easily operate and create, configure, maintain. You can easily can be done using the RDS, Amazon Database Services or Relational Database Services. Next is the Amazon DynamoDB. So it is a fast, fully managed NoSQL database service. It is a simple service which allows cost-effective storage and retrieval of data. So it's a cost-effective, very low cost, and you can store the data, database is data there, and you can retrieve from there. And it also allows you to serve any level of request of traffic, any type of request of traffic. It also serve the Amazon DynamoDB. Next, Amazon Elastic Cache. It is a web service which makes it you deploy, operate, and scale an in-memory cache in the just like a memory, and it will store the web application. It is used for deploy and scale and a memory inline memory. Next is a Neptune. It is a fast, reliable, and scalable graph database service. It is a graph database service, and it's a fast and reliable and scalable, easily scalable service is a graph database service, which is nothing but the Neptune. Next is the Amazon Redshift. This is the Amazon data warehouse housing solution, which you can use to perform complex Polar queries. So you can run the different SQL queries in the Amazon Redshift. Next is the analytics services, AWS analytics services. So first one is Athena. Athena, this is an analytics service allows you to perform SQL queries on your S3 bucket. So what is the S3 bucket? S3 bucket is a storage service, and whatever uh, queries you are storing there using this tool, this service, you can execute SQL queries there using in the S3 bucket to find the files. Next is the cloud search. You should use this AWS service to create fully managed search engine for your website. So AWS Cloud Search is a service, and it is just like a Google search engine. So, and this can be used only for your website, not for the Google. Okay, inside your website, you can search the any type of data. So, using the cloud search, so it will integrate to your website, and you are in the website you can search whatever the data using the cloud search. Next is the Elastic Search. It is similar to cloud search, however, it will offer some more features like application monitoring. So it is a simple, just like a cloud search, but it will offer some monitoring of your application. Next is the Kinesis. This is the AWS Analytics service, help you to stream and analyze real-time data of your massive scale applications. So means you can stream, you can play the applications, and you can analyze whatever the real-time monitoring logs and using the Kinesis. Next is the QuickSight. So next is a business analytical tool. It helps you to create visualization and dashboard for your data in Amazon Web Service. For example, S3, DynamoDB, etc. So means it will create an analytical tool, whatever the data story in your S3 buckets or DynamoDB, you can create a visualization dashboard. So different types of data is stored in the S3 bucket, for example. And using the grid site, you can monitor whatever the types of data are there here. Then using the quick sites, it will create the analytical, graphical, visualized dashboard. Next is the EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, and this is the AWS service, analytics service, and mainly used for the big data processing like Spark, Splunk, Hadoop, etc. Next is a data pipeline. So data pipeline allows you to move data from one place to another. For example, storage service S3 bucket to DynamoDB or DynamoDB to S3 bucket. Like that. So next one is Internet of Things. In between we have means about managed services. We have seen already. We can see in the next cloud was yeah, cloud yeah. So next is the Internet of Things. So the first one is IoT core. So it is managed a cloud-based AWS service. IoT core is the cloud-based managed service, and this service allows connected devices like cars, lights, bulbs, sensor crates to securely interact with the cloud application and other devices. So Internet of Things means so whatever the smart applications, and you can integrate them using the IoT core, and whatever the applications resources you will be having in your cloud, and those applications and on-premises smart applications you can integrate them and you can manage them. Example: cars, smart cars, and lights, bulbs, sensors, grids, and everything. Next, IoT device management. So it allows you to manage your IoT devices at any scale. So you can manage Internet of Things devices. You can manage at any stage, any scale. So next, IoT analytics. This is the tool, AWS tool, helps you to perform analysis on your data collected by your IoT devices. So whatever the data collecting by using your smart applications, smart devices, so there is nothing but internet IoT devices. You can analyze them using the IoT analytics. Next is the Amazon free RTOS. So the RTOS is nothing but the real-time operating system. So Amazon free RTOS is the real-time operating system for microcontrollers, help you to connect IoT devices in the local server or into the cloud. So using this operating system, you can integrate your IoT devices to your on-premises server or your or into the cloud. you can integrate to your cloud server, AWS cloud server. Next is the application services. So the first one is the step function. So what is the application? The first one is the step function. It is a way of the visualizing what is going inside your application and what is the different microservices it is using. So it is a simple the functions is used whatever application you are using, it will visualize and what is inside your application, what is going on your inside application, and what is different microservices, different services are using by the application. So you can see using the step function. Next is the AWS simple workflow service. The service helps you to coordinate both automated tasks and human-led tasks, nothing but manual tasks. So nothing but it will simply coordinate or integrate both automated tasks, whatever the tasks you create, and human-led means manual run tasks. You can see and integrate or manage or coordinate using the AWS simple workflow service. Next is the SMS, simple notification service. So it will provide the notification simple. So you can use this service to send you notifications in the form of email and SMS on your given AWS services. For example, a cloud EC2 instance is shut down or start. You need the notification for your mobile or for your mail. Using this simple notification service, you can configure like that, and you can get the notification from your cloud services, whatever happened. Next is the SQS, simple queue service. So use this AWS service to decouple your application, and it is a full-based service. Simple queue service is a application coupler, and it is a full-based service. Next is the drastic transporter. So this service, this tool helps you to change the videos formats. So nothing but it's a video converter, and it is a video format and resolution to your support various devices like tablets, smartphones, and laptops for different resolution, whatever the resolution need and whatever the type MP4 or DMB. So whatever the types you need, you can convert using the elastic transporter. I think, but it is just like video converter. Next is the deployment and management. So like the first one is the in this service, so AWS Cloud Trail. AWS Cloud Trail is a service records API calls. So whatever the AWS API calls, it will record those calls and send backlog calls to you. It means you can using those logs you can monitor whatever the application hitting or whatever the cloud logs type you can monitor using the AWS Cloud Trail. It's Amazon CloudWatch. So this will monitor AWS resources like EC2 instances, RDS, Amazon RDS instances, and it allows you to monitor custom metrics created by the user's applications and services. Inside those applications also we will install the different types of applications, right? So those applications you can monitor using the Amazon CloudWatch. You can monitor the physical, nothing but virtual machines and audience web services, database services. You can monitor using the cloud metrics, CloudWatch, and you can monitor inside the application resources, instances. And next one is the AWS Cloud HSM. So this AWS service helps you to meet corporate regulatory and contractual company requirements, and maintaining data security by using the hard secure model application inside the AWS environment. So it is a hardware security model. So AWS Cloud hardware security model, and this allows you to whatever the data maintaining by your organization or corporate requirement, you can secure them using the HSM, hardware security model. Next is the developer tools, and these developer tools can be easily understand by the development team. So the first one is a CodeStar. CodeStar is a cloud-based service for creating, managing, and working with various software deployment and development projects on the AWS. CodeStar is a developer tool, and it is used to creating, managing, and working with the various software deployment projects in the AWS. Next one is a core commit. The core commit is a AWS version control service. It is just like in the Microsoft we have the ECSA, right? Just like core commit is a version control service and managed by the AWS, and it will allow you to store your code and other assets privately in the cloud. So it will store the source code in the cloud. Next is the code build. This Amazon developer service helps you to automate the process of your building and complying your code. So it will build the code and compliance. It will give the compliance of your, so whatever the errors, so it will throw and you can fix those bugs. Next is the code deploy. So it is a way of deploying your code to your virtual machines. So this is building and you are deploying your code, and so you can map the instances using this tool. You can map the EC2 instance and you can easily deploy your code. Next is the code pipeline, and you can create deployment pipeline for testing, building, and authentication, deployment on the development machines and deployment on the production machines. So using the pipeline, you can create those stages, different stages. Next is the Cloud9. It is an integrated development environment for writing, running, and debugging code in the cloud. Cloud9 is a to write the different type of code and developing them and testing and debugging the code in the cloud. These are the main. There are a lot of services providing by the AWS, and these are the main different types of AWS service providers are there. And then next is the what is the advantages of the AWS. So it allows organization to use already familiar programming models, operating systems, databases, and architectures. It will allow the organization or individual. So whatever we are using on premises, it will simply provides the same method. So in order to avoid the complexity to the users, means it is similar to use on premises architectures only, and it is a cost-effective service and that allows you to pay whatever you need, whatever you use, and it will without any upfront or long-term commitments. You will not require to spend money on running, maintaining data centers. So, so whatever you need, so you are fire and you are creating in the cloud, and whatever whenever you don't need, and you can terminate those uh, instances. So that will save a lot of money instead of spending in the data centers, and offers fast deployments. So you can create fast deployment models, and you can easily add or remove capacity. Means you can increase the scale. So whenever in the peak hours, and you can reduce the scale of your instances, remove the capacity of your instances whenever the off peak hours. No need to pay for the full scaling amount. You are allowed cloud access quickly with a limitless capacity, and total cost of ownership is very low compared to any private or dedicated services or data centers. Offers centralized building and management, offers hybrid capabilities, and allows you to deploy your application in multiple regions around the world with just few clicks. And Amazon providing in wide range of data centers across the world, wherever you need, and you can create the applications and you can deploy there with the multiple regions. So this is about the just glance about the AWS, just introduction, and what is the cloud computing and what is the cloud computing services and what is the AWS and what is the main services providing by the AWS. So this is about just uh, some glance about the AWS and cloud computing. So if you have any questions, let me know. So thank you guys, thank you everyone.